This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Greetings and salutation, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Dark Souls. In the last episode, we explored the rest of the Oolicile in the Cavern Abyss, and we found, we found dark creatures that humanity had spawned from. Found some treasure. Found actual physical manifestations of humanity and other such things. And well, before we decide to tackle the one of the final story bosses of the area, I thought I'd access the secret boss and a character that we haven't run across yet in this place. Well, two. Technically, I still haven't talked to that lady in the over the grave of Artorias. Remember when we were exploring, we got the crest key in the depths? The grooves of the crests are enchanted. The door is sealed with a powerful spell. Well, now we can use it. Ta-da! Yep, that's the key we needed. And we hear these weird noises from up ahead. Let's go check it out. Who knows what's up here? The heck? It's a giant man there. And he's carving stones. He's not a threat because he's not attacking us. Okay. Ah, we can talk to him. Hello, good friend.
A visitor, have we? Thou must be the one who freed Artorias. An old friend he was. Thanks to thee, he left this world with honor intact. And here I am, retired and blind. Of little help to thee, I'm afraid.
Oh, well, I mean, at least you're apparently a merchant in a conversation. Mentions he's blind. If you notice his helmet, there's like crud all on the visor and everything. So he's probably, he's so blind that he didn't even notice that there's like crud in his visor or whatever. But looks like he's like a giant of some sort. Let's see what he has to sell. Dung pies, homeward bones, and oh, he sells carvings. Yeah, remember previously where we found like a carving like I'm sorry and something else? Well, you can buy a couple from him. No real reason to do this other than it's a way for you to actually talk to players in the game without using signals and stuff like that. So, anyway, he sells Titanite shard, Titanite, large Titanite, and some green Titanite, and he sells his own special arrows. You have to have a great bow to use it. So if you're using strength-based bows, this would be the way to go. Buy those; those are pretty good. But let's see if he has anything else to say.
If thou seeketh to explore this domain, be wary of a black dragon. I fear thee no match for this terrible beast.
Oh, I think that's that dragon we ran across in the that bridge or whatever.
There's very little to be said. What good is a dog with no hairs to hunt? But I'm lucky to be alive, I suppose.
Huh. Well, I guess it's true.
But I'm lucky to...
Okay. Well, that's pretty much all he has to say.
Lead thy life as thou seest fit.
He's actually, well, there's two things you could do with him. Is one, you can encounter that black dragon he mentioned, and he can actually help you with that encounter with the dragon, making it actually tolerable to fight him. Or you can attack him, and it's actually a pretty interesting fight if you do. Well, I mean, you can attack anyone in this game. I might do like a kind of a character killing spree, like after I finish all the bosses in this place, because sadly enough, if you want to unlock their outfits in the game, you have to kill characters to do that, and that's not so much different here, oddly enough. And oh yeah, I forgot that since we killed Artorias, I think his outfit's now unlockable too to use. But let me use those carvings really quick while we're here, just to kind of show you what they say. Let's see. Ah, here we go.
Hello!
Yeah, we now found out that those sounds are actually Go talking to you. So that's kind of neat.
Thank you!
I don't know how he did it, but he did it. But we need to find a possible ally in our help against this primordial being, since it's one of the last things to encounter in this DLC. Next to, too bad the optional boss doesn't have a oh yeah, twin humanities get dropped a lot here, but anyway, yeah. The cat was actually standing here in the first place, so even if someone didn't have a note like mentioning an illusionary wall in this area, you could just tell where the cat was, and we could encounter it. Now remember how when we found Artorias' grave to get the ring so he could go through the abyss, remember how it was guarded by a wolf? And you notice how we didn't encounter a wolf while we were here? Well, we're about to get the answer to that. Look at that right there. Oop. What the? There's some, is that a wolf inside of a circle? It is! He's got a tiny little sword in his hands. That's Sif. The great, wow, you've got a lot bigger over the years, let me tell you. Even though the game doesn't tell you how long ago you've gone into the past, just know that it was in the past. And apparently Sif just got really big after a while, but... Alright, after we save Sif from the humanites or whatever you want to, he thanks you for doing that. Oh, well, glad to be of service, buddy. Hey, drop something. The Cleansing Great Shield. That is... Haha, Artorias' shield, I believe. The steel great shield used by Knight Artorias, who succumbed to the abyss. Artorias, deeply scarred by the abyss, used this to form a barrier to protect his compatriot Sif. Although this drained the shield, its magic defense remains high. Well, so that's how the wolf was able to survive the encounter with it. It's got good magic protection. So if you don't have a good shield, it'd actually be useful against the those corrupted humans. I forgot what their actual name titles are in the game. It's been quite a while, but anyway, now that we've helped Sif, we can actually summon him during the fight with the primordial being if we want to, which we will. However, before we do that as well, there's a couple things we want to. Oops, almost dead. Ah, well, he's dead. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, this place isn't good grinding for souls, unfortunately, because they drop like only a handful of souls. It's better if you're doing this just for humanity. Heck, I did like one grind run just to kind of check some things out, and I got like, I don't know, like 15 humanity just from grinding. Now I want to go here really quick because I actually missed showing you guys an item. Actually, one of the best weapons to use here is actually like a spear or a halberd, because you can kind of do this spinning technique and get a lot of easy kills from it. Now looks like a guy got killed by the humanities or humanites or whatever you want to call them. But I mean, you could use any weapon. It's just this seems to be one of the more effective because usually it means you kill him before you run into him, so you don't take the contact damage you get from killing these guys. There we go. Yeah, pretty easy. Not too bad. Yeah, I mean, look at all this humanity they're dropping. It's ridiculous. I love it. I need it, you know, just for fights and whatnot, but, alright. Yeah, we're actually getting pretty close to basically being done with this game completely. Oh yeah, I don't think I've ever showed you humanity actually healing me on screen, have I? Well, here we go. Boom, there you go. Anyway, the reason I was attacking those guys is there was actually an item down here I almost forgot about while I was exploring around, so let's go. It's nothing big, but I thought I'd show it to you. And there's a way down. The only bad thing about it is you have to fight. You have to... Although, weirdly enough, I've actually fallen off of this thing before by accident. Yeah, you get the help me carving. It's not that big of a deal, but hey, why not, right? Let's show it off real quick.
Help me.
Oh, it even echoes too. That's kind of neat. There we go. Yeah, it took some damage, but I've got plenty of humanity to heal that back out. But we have to actually probably just gonna run past them. I don't really need the humanity now. I already got like 5. I mean, did I not tell you how crazy easy it is to get humanity here? I mean, why would you even go back to the rats in the depth? Well, if you don't have the DLC. Although, if you buy this game at most places brand new, especially on PC, you get this DLC with it anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal. Actually, I don't even know why I'm using humanity. I could use my heal spell, but no, that's for those who don't want to put any points in faith or use the heal ability. Humanity is another good way to heal yourself while saving your flasks. But anyway, yeah, we're at the yeah, after we beat this guy, basically anything else we want to do in the game is Like, we've done almost everything. The only thing I really haven't shown you all is, like, killing all the NPCs or showing the end of their storylines, because I still haven't shown the Pyromancer's end, Logan's end story, his apprentice's end story, which, I mean, it's not like it's much, but, you know, there's still something I haven't shown you. And there's still, like, I think 1 or 2 characters I haven't shown in the game yet, that because we just haven't, because we haven't used certain conditions yet to unlock them. Alright, but anyway, the thing is, if you want to summon Sif for the fight, weirdly enough, you have to summon Sif during the fight. Like, you can't, there's no, like, you summon him before. It's because of how the fight starts, is why you can't summon him before it. So, I mean, it makes sense, but it's still kind of a bit annoying. Whoops. Let myself get hit by all those guys for no reason. Oh, well, I got humanities to heal myself with. No biggie. I'm not afraid. Okay. Now, since I decided not to use the homeward bone, I'll use some humanities and heal myself, I think. Alright. Yeah, see, it heals you all the way. It's awesome. Alright. Now, time to show you the cheapest trick in the game. Now, okay, this is a little difficult to do, I'll admit, but if you can pull this off, this is one of the greatest things you can do. You can glitch out in a game. You see those pair of red eyes down there? That's the boss right there. Is that not messed up? Watch. I might have to do this with my bow and arrow instead of a crossbow. See, because if you get it right, yeah, I might have to switch to my bow and arrow. Hold on, I'll show you. Okay. Whoop. Don't want to accidentally fall because I wasn't paying attention. Alright, let's see if I can get this right. You can actually shoot your arrow just enough to... It might actually be the crossbow I have to use for this, now that I'm thinking of it correctly. But you can actually hurt the boss. Yeah, I think it's the crossbow now that I think about it. It's hard to do. One of the easier ways to do this is by using the binoculars, and you can kind of it is kind of hard to figure it out, I'll admit, like getting it right off the bat, but you can do it. Trust me, it is possible to hit this guy. Okay, I'm back. I just took a few seconds to find a good spot here. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that I can actually damage this creature from here. So I'll show you. I've got my bow positioned about right here. I'm in freeform mode, and watch this. Oh, and by the way, I have the hawk ring equipped, so that way I can extend my range for my arrow, so I can actually hit this guy. So watch. See that little dot of damage, that 8 damage? Yeah. Just to make sure you have a ton of arrows, so if you really have trouble with this guy, because this guy can give you trouble, he's pretty nasty. But any class can do this. I think even with a class that doesn't have a ranged arrows, I think a light crossbow is usable by almost all classes because of its low stat requirements. And if you have enough souls, get a bunch of sniper bolts, and that's the way to do it. So yeah, that's pretty much how you beat the primordial beast at any level. And then when you damage him, you just drop down, and you'll just see the end part of it. What I'm gonna do is, I know it's cheap, but I'm gonna take him down to about maybe half just for fun, because I can do it. What? That's not cheating. It's part of the game. If they didn't want me to hit the guy, they wouldn't allow me to do it in the first place. All right, so I'll see you back again after I knock down this guy's damage just a bit. Hey man, it's fun. It's fun. I'm serious. All right, I'll see y'all in a minute. Alright, after 200 crossbow bolts and like 6 minutes later, we've damaged the beast quite a bit. So I think what I'm going to do now is, I think that's pretty low enough. That's probably like a couple of strikes on my weapon. I'm going to go ahead and do the right thing and finish him off. Yeah, when I read about that trick, like, I beat the guy normally before, but when I read about that, I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me that you could beat that guy like that. That's kind of sad and awesome at the same time. Anyway, yeah, just use your favorite crossbow, sniper bolts if you got them, and the hawk ring so you can actually hit where it is. Now the person we're fighting has dark magic and physical, so a ring of protection for that. After that, it really kind of comes down to what else you've got on you. Since there's really no magic rings, the good suggestion for this fight is hopefully you have armor with either good magic protection, or it might even be a good idea to, if you have the strength requirements, equip the cleansing great shield, so it'll help you against the fight against this creature because of his magic. So anyway, I think we're ready to go. Let's fight this primordial being and save Oolicile from the fire of the abyss and finish what Artorias started. Well, we meet Manus, the father of the abyss. A nasty fight indeed. Now, if we can find, now where is Sif? I know Sif's supposed to be around here somewhere. Yeah, this guy is pretty nasty. He does a lot of damage. He summons, like, strong magic to hit you and all this other stuff. And actually, the reason he's doing so much damage is because he's in final boss mode because I've done so much damage to him, so... Where's Sif? I know Sif's supposed to be around here somewhere. Is he? There is a guy you can summon for this fight, I promise you. Just where is he? Because when you... I wonder if maybe I'm supposed to reset the fight, or reset at a bonfire before you can summon Sif to help you. Because Sif can help you. That's supposed to be one of the people that's supposed to be able to help you for the fight. But I can't find him anywhere. Seriously, where is he? I'm human and everything. And I saved him. Okay, that sucks. Maybe, like I said, maybe I'm supposed to oh, ouch. Alright, well, time to fight him, I guess. There he is! Oh, there's Sif's summon sign. There he is. Okay. Hopefully I'll be able to survive. Oh, oh god! This guy's kind of nasty. Like, he's doing so much damage to me. It's ridiculous. Although, really, he's better if you fight him, like close up, really. At least that's my suggestion for this fight. So I want to show you something. Yeah, see, if you stay far away from him, then he, like, you know, he'll do all his magic shit to you. So I would just suggest, like, kind of going in and attacking him. Well, thank you, Sif, for now helping me at the last minute. Distract him. Even though I could beat him. It's not like... Sif, help me! Yeah, alright, fine. I don't need your help. Okay, Sif's not the best helper for this fight, I'll clearly admit. Oh well. Alright, let's finish him off now. I think we've toyed with him enough. Oh, thanks for the killing blow, you dumb mutt. Oh well, we did it. He has 3 phases, I believe. And... what the... who's that? Well, thanks for nothing. But anyway, he has 3 phases. He's not so bad at the beginning, obviously, but because I damaged him so much with my archery, you know, he was automatically in pissy boss mode by the time we actually fight him. So anyway, let's get the soul of Manus, gain 2 humanity for it, and rescue Princess Dusk from her captivity. But yeah, Manus is is one of those fights that's supposed to be fought close together. If you try to range him, he basically does all that magic crap to you. And you saw how much damage that was doing to me. It's pretty, even at my levels and how much HP I've got. Think about if you're playing a class that has low HP. My God. Maybe I have to rest at the bonfire to reset her, or maybe we talked to her a bunch. I don't know. Come on, wake up, lady. Okay, maybe we have to stay at the bonfire, because basically we're stuck in the middle of the abyss. Although it's weird, we get to the abyss and we fought Manus, the primordial being, yet we don't require the ring of Artorias to survive the encounter at the ring of the abyss. So that's kind of weird. Also, interesting side note. It's strongly believed that Manus, the primordial being, is actually the furtive pygmy. Yeah, you remember at the very beginning of the game where they mentioned the four or the many lords of Gwyn, you know, Gwyn, the Witch of Isolith, what's the Man of Bones now? The Grave Lord Nito and Seath the Scaleless. You know, they mention all of them, and then they mention the furtive pygmy, who's supposed to be the kind of the founder of the Dark Soul. Well, apparently, due to story and speculation, that he got caught by humans and basically got tortured it so badly, and then he became just this massive beast. You know, maybe she resets now. Huh. She's supposed to reset. We saved her, and then we're supposed to be able to just talk to her regularly here. That's a little weird. Maybe I need to leave and come back? Yeah, I guess hold on a second, because she's supposed to get up after that, and we get to talk to her about how, you know, thanks for saving me, and yeah, and then she resets back, after saving her, she actually resets back at the Lake of the Hydra, and then we can buy spells and talk to her again. But she disappeared. If you have the DLC, and you find that crystal in Seath's Palace, you can't, like, get spells from her again until you do all this, so let's go back to the Oolicile Sanctuary really quick, see if maybe she's back with Elizabeth, or if she resets, because I could have swore we could talk to her before we leave. Let's see. If that's the case, it's a bit anticlimactic. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna quit really quick and see if that does something. Because I could have swore you could talk to her before you leave, and she says, like, thanks for helping me out and all that jazz. Yeah, I know I probably should have fought Manus, like, at full power, but I don't know. It's just so tempting to, like, fight him, like, do, like, all that damage and only have to do, like, 5 strikes to him to kill him. I don't know. Call me a wuss if you want, but, she's still there, or is she gone? She reset, okay. Well, sorry, folks. I could have swore we were supposed to be able to talk to her after that, before we leave. Maybe it's a glitch in the game design or something like that, because I could have swore... Oh, by the way, if you notice that there's, like, a big old, like, body, or there's a grave here, so we're at the grave of whoever was here the whole time, but... Alright, well, let's see if we can talk to some people and tell them about the victory of it. If not, then we can go, let's talk to Elizabeth, that one mushroom lady, and tell her what we did. But that's pretty much the end of the DLC for the most part, at least story-wise. We still have the characters we can interact with, and then we can fight the dragon if we want to, which is probably the hardest boss in the game. In my opinion, you know, so. But let's tell her what we did.
I have awaited thee. Thou hast rescued Princess Dusk and rid us of that terrible primeval human, even halting the spread of the abyss. I salute the grandeur of thine enterprise. Please allow me to express my gratitude. I thank thee, as do we all.
She gives us more mushrooms for doing that. Thanks,
I will
lady.
remember thee, but I will keep thy story to myself. This is the best way, for thou art come from a time far ahead. No one will sing thy praises, but yet thy greatness shall live on, for it shall be my purpose to remember all thou hast done for us.
Oh, that makes me feel better. So basically I do all the work and get none of the credit? That doesn't make me feel good.
Was thine eye glancing hither? Thou needst not hide thy wonder. I am a mushroom, after all.
Oh, I think she already told us about that.
May the flame.
Let's see. Yeah, I could have swore we could have talked to Princess Oolicile here before, like, basically she says, like, thanks for saving me and my lands, and, oh, did I forget that treasure? Huh. Weird. That was just humanity, but, and then she just says, thanks for all you've done, I'll help you any way I can, back in your own time. But, yeah, I could have sworn we could have talked to her. Maybe I did something wrong, maybe I was supposed to leave and come back immediately or something like that, and it just didn't work right. We can talk to, I think Chester says something now if we want to talk to him. Saren, I think, says something thanking us for like finishing Artorius's work. Chasm of the Abyss is where Manus was. But yeah, if that's the case, if I'm remembering it wrong, then that's kind of anticlimactic for the DLC. That's pretty much, oh, we did it, woohoo. Although maybe we can go, if we, maybe she mentioned something, if we go back to if we go back to modern times, maybe we can talk to her and maybe she tells us then or something like that. Maybe that's what we have to do. If that's the case, I might share that maybe like in the next episode, and then I'll finish the last bits of the content. But yeah, basically the final stuff we can do now is basically go on a killing spree to all the NPCs that helped us if we really want to. It's kind of morbid, and that's the only way if you want to complete the armor sets in the game. Let's see if Chester says anything, and then if not, we'll go talk to we'll go interact with the dragon.
Oh, you have quite fine.
I guess where he said something about that.
Well,
oh, we'll take care of you. Don't worry, folks. We're gonna deal with Chester before this game is done. Besides, I want his fancy hat. But anyway, yeah, one more place to check, and that's the area I kind of ignored first because I knew perfectly well what was down here. Yeah, time to interact with a pissed off dragon. Ew, gross. Overall, I think I generally thought the DLC wasn't too bad. I wouldn't call it perfect though, just because, like I said, it does end up being a bit anticlimactic from a story point perspective, but it does add like a lot of challenge, a whole new area, a bit of lore to like what happened to some of the characters. So that was pretty nice. And like I said, some of the toughest bosses in the whole game. Like even people who were quite familiar with the game had trouble with the bosses in here, you know. Especially with the hidden boss up ahead when we finally encounter him. See, I don't think there's really much in the way of... There are some hidden or there are some extra items here, but they're actually in the field for the boss, you know. Yeah, too bad I didn't really get to show off Sif too well. He didn't really help me that much in the way of against the Manus. He was just kind of like backing off and letting me take all the hits. And then half the fight was me running away from the dude because I was trying to find the summon. I guess he was right next to him the whole time, but oh well. But really, for this boss fight, if you have trouble with him and have to summon another player, I don't blame you, because this guy's really hard. Like, I died so many times trying to kill him. I ended up having to do it by myself because all the people I would summon to help me do the fight, like, would just die almost immediately. I'm like, well, I might as well not summon anyone because he gets stronger when you kill. Oh, I forgot to read the Soul of Artorius and Manus. Did I read the Guardian Soul? I think I did. But actually, let's read that really quick. Soul of Manus. the father of the abyss. This extraordinary soul is a viscous, lukewarm lump of gentle humanity. Ancient Manus was clearly once human, but he became the father of the abyss after his humanity went wild, eternally seeking his precious broken pendant, which brought us to that world. So it's when we found that pendant. Soul of Arturius. Soul of Lord Gwyn's Knight Arturius, who was consumed by the abyss. The legend that Arturius repelled the abyss was only half the story. Oh, I think I did read that already. Anyway, I want to have my... I may end up dying from this case, because this guy does basically a fire... Basically attacks you by flying around and stuff like that. Oh, here he is. Okay. So the fight doesn't quite activate yet, which is kind of nice. Okay. Basically, this guy, you can fight two ways. One, you can fight him the really, really difficult way, which is basically him flying back and forth, spraying you with like flames, and you can beat him this way. But you have to have like really powerful archery, really good luck and aim, and you know, enough healing and yada yada yada. It's really not worth it. The only reward you get for killing him without any help is basically Go says, "Whoa, you were able to beat the dragon all by yourself without help. How impressive." And that's all he says. It's like, it's really not worth it. So before we finish the episode, and yeah, I know it's running a bit long, sorry about that, but we'll get help putting this dragon down, I think. I think just by seeing him fly by, I think is enough to be able to get the help of Go, if I remember. Oh, well, dang it. I didn't mean to travel here. I'm gonna go to the... Luckily this area gives you enough warp fires that you can travel through pretty easily. Not so much like the main game, but the DLC at least gives you 4 of the major areas to go back to. The township dungeon one is the one you want to go to for if you want to grind for soul. That's the best place to warp to if you want to grind for your humanity. But anyway, let's tell Go about our encounter with this dragon and how it'd probably be an impossible encounter. Now, with that in mind, as soon as Go helps you take down the dragon, and now it'll officially become a boss fog door. So just kind of keep that in mind when you do it, because you can fight him as is and not have the fog door. And you just, you know, the difficulty is that he flies back and forth damaging you, and you have to have a really powerful bow and arrow and really powerful and really good aim. So let's ask Go to help.
Tomorrow, is the black dragon posing the duress?
I would say so, my friend.
Yes, I thought as much. He's called Calamite. Ferocious dragon indeed. Even mighty Anna Londa dared not provoke his ire. I see little good coming from this, but thy intent is to persevere to the bitter end.
We gotta kill everything we run across. You do not know me very well, do you?
Good, good. What is bravery without a dash of recklessness? I've taken a liking to thee, and I owe thee much for thy service to Artorius. Now, watch, and see how Goff hunts dragons.
Oh, his name is Goff? What?
Yes, a truer shot was never loosed. That bat will be grounded for a good spell. The rest is in thine hands. I await good tidings. Dragon slaying. Knighthood's highest calling.
Alright, well with that, with Goph's help, I guess. I thought it was always Go, but alright, whatever. Anyway, with Goph's help, we now force the dragon down. So, and we basically forced him as a boss fog encounter now, so we actually have to fight him on foot. So, can I defeat the hardest boss in the game with only a handful of deaths? Or will this be the guy that'll cause my death count to rise into the hundreds? Find out next time in the next episode of Dark Souls. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. And don't go hollow now, you hear?